Hello, yes.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm honored to finally get to meet you.
Thank you. I feel very honored to meet you, sir.
Yes, and wow, to me it's just fantastic to finally meet you. I went through so many of your materials, especially the one where you say, where you tell the story and say, I'm the one.
Yes.
To me, that was life-changing. And for talking about it, I would like even to ask you a question. How did you know that you were the one? And all the young people who are watching us, maybe they're trying to make a difference around them. How would they know that?
I feel that, and a lot of people who see that on YouTube, they are moved emotionally by it. I felt that I was one because of my mother, and being one of 7 children that she adopted. She worked for wealthy families on Miami Beach in Miami, Florida, and she cooked for those families. We ate the food left over from the families that she cooked for. She kept their children, and we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept. And I said to my mother, I was 10 years old, Mama, and she said, what is it, Leslie? I said, when I become a man, I'm going to buy you a big, beautiful home just like this. And I did. I bought her 4 different homes and took care of Mama until she passed at 89. But I always felt that it was my duty that God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And I felt that I had a responsibility that when she got older, that I would take care of her. And I saw my being a responsible young man, not getting in trouble, my using my talents, abilities, and skills to get a job and be able to provide for her as a way that I could begin to carve out a life for myself. And Mr. Washington, he taught me the value of developing your mind and developing your communication skills. He said, once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. And so I said, sir, I'm the one. You said, if one student there who you spoke to realized they have something special, they have greatness within them, I said, I want you to know, I'm the one. And I felt that in my spirit that I was the one. And I eulogized him around 4 months ago, and I fulfilled that wish for him because he was hoping this one student out of this class of poor kids, that one would be able to come out and rise above and be able to make a global impact. And I've done that. So I've made him proud and my mother proud.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And actually, you also talk about unleashing our greatness.
Yes.
How can one unleash his greatness?
In order to unleash your greatness, you want to be able to get a vision for yourself, a big vision that's outside of your comfort zone. And the reason that's important is that in order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. And so once you have that big vision, you have to ask yourself, what is it I need to do? What radical change do I need to make? What difference, what training, what help, what assistance will be required for me to become the kind of person that can produce this result in my life? And when you're moving from that place, there's a saying that I've written that when you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know what your limits are, so you act like you don't have any. And so my goal was to establish myself as an intellectual resource for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric. I knew I had to compete with people with PhDs and MBAs, and I don't have any of that. But I also knew that I was willing to read, to study, to prepare myself so that I can compete with anyone who breathes air.
Wow. And you overcome all the difficulty.
Yes.
And you finally reach it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, another question is, what inspires you? I mean, to go from where you were to this point, you probably need a lot of drive.
It required a lot of drive, but when you're doing what you love to do, you don't look at the clock. To me, I believe that you were not born to work for a living, but to live your making. And living your making will make your living. So because I love helping people, I was born to speak, I was born to inspire and encourage people. So I look forward to doing this every day. I'm 70 years young, and I'm looking forward to doing it for at least another 30 years. That'll be a healthy 100.
That'll be a long time.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm just getting fired up.
Wow.
There's nowhere in the Bible do you find the word retirement. It's not there.
That's true, actually. Now that you think.
So I'm refired.
Wow. And another question we asking is, we're also doing a research on success and happiness. You have a wealth of experience. You learn a lot. You probably look at every aspect, every area of success. And right now, what can you, if you had to define success, what would it be for you?
My life is a life of success. And the reason I say that is because I'm doing what I love to do. I enjoy helping people. When you can find something that you can do that's in service of others, and find a level of fulfillment. Zig Ziglar, who is a great motivational speaker, he said, if you can help enough people get what they want, you will be able to get what you want. And so I'm a promoter of hope. I believe when there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. What really exciting for me, I'm a father. My oldest son is the president of my company. So I'm a father, and my youngest daughter is the business operator. And so to see my children who are taking over the business, so I'm a grandfather, and I'm a great-grandfather. Okay, so to me, when I travel now with my children, the Bible says once a man, twice a child. Now they tell me what to do, which they love that very much, giving me orders, but I take it with a smile. I'm so excited that I'm able to see my children who created a group called the First Family of Motivation without my intervention at all. And to see my children embody this message, and to see other young men and women who now have decided to become motivational speakers, usually people who want to help people in the community, they express themselves and someone will say, oh, you ought to become a minister. Well, that's not for everybody. And so there are a lot of young men now teaching people how they can live right here, right now. Use their talents, abilities, and skills, get a bigger vision for themselves, but learn how to navigate this thing called life. And that's exciting when I see all the young motivational speakers coming up today. But when I started out in 1980, there was no such thing as somebody who looked like me telling people how to live their dreams, but it's different today.